So, taking a look at it right now, to be honest, our backpack isn't that full. And that little question mark that's over there doesn't seem that far away. It's only about as far as Braylon Bridge, which if we look over here is not overly that far away. So I think what we'll do is take a chance and head on over to this question mark over here and see what it is. So it's something, after we've done a ping, it looks like it's something that's down just in front of it. Okay, so we'll set a waypoint for over there. So we've got to go off the tower and to the left of where we are here. And this also, now that you've seen the height that we're at, it gives you a really good idea of just how beneficial it is to actually use these towers as a launching point. So where we are going to try and head to is pretty much straight ahead. It looks like there's some red shroud on the right and the left hand side, and we've basically got to see just how far we can actually fly. Now we're going to have to try and keep an eye on our energy as we're flying. So you'll see our little green arrow there. So we may make it a fair way there. We'll have to see how far we can get to. And this just gives you a little sort of a tip and a pointer on how to actually utilize your flying as well. So you see there, what I've done is I've made sure that I landed up high. So if I happen to see anything else that I'd like to do or explore along the way, what I can do is go from here and explore from here. Alrighty. Sneaky little puppy dog there. Alright, so it looks like we probably should go to the left hand side of this hill here and make our way along. I don't think we will... Oh yep, we can make our way up here, that's alright. Alright, so if we can stay high again, always use the opportunity to do so. Oops. Gee, didn't use my double jump there. And you should always keep an eye out around you as well. See, that's one mistake I made just there. And I did not keep an eye on what I was doing, and I got attacked by a wolf. Alright, so now we can see that question mark. Oh, it's looking like it's somewhere over near the red shroud. Could it be this tower here? Let's have a look. It doesn't appear like there's many enemies close by. And we've got some sort of a tower here. Is this what we're looking for? Nope, I don't think so. Uh-oh. Hear the change in the music there. Something is close by to us. Oh yep, we can see up there, just directly ahead of us. There's some enemies close by, up there. So the ping that's been sent is actually directly in the vicinity of where we're facing. So we'll head over there. Try and keep wide of these wolves if we can. So we can see we've got giant Ewoks over here with swords. And they're level 3, so they take a couple of arrows to knock over. So you can sort of see, as I was mentioning earlier on, you know, you start off with level 1 enemies, and as you go further on and advance further on, you get to sort of, you know, your level 2s, level 3s, that sort of thing, and just onwards from there. So you just see there we've just passed a respawn point. And we've still got one more enemy up here. We don't know how... Oh! Alright. Well, he was a big fella, but he wasn't too scary. Alright, so just scouting around the outside here. Not really seeing too much other than a couple of animal furs. There is a ladder here which we can go and explore. Some more animal furs. Some chest. And again, as I was mentioning earlier, always craft some lockpicks and make sure you got some. Because we've just got some flint arrows there which will come in very handy later on. Alright, so it's getting dark now. So it's probably not a great idea for us to be outside for too long. But I think we'll be okay because we are near a temple or something of some kind. So there's something that's indoors. Because we've still got to come over here and explore this section. Oh, and we can see now we've got another ancient vault. So very similar to where we had our previous survivor. We've got another vault that's here. Up, up. That wasn't too bad. But you can see with each draw of my bow there, I'm using my energy. And unless you are close to home, it's going to go down. So unless you have the buff from your campfire, which you can set up a campfire and bring one along with you, as we saw earlier, if you want. But at this stage it's beneficial just to sort of, don't need to worry too much, but just keep an eye on it. So it doesn't look like there's too much here in the way of loot. It does seem to be a lot of furs around here though, which is pretty handy. And we are getting a warden buff at the moment. Up here we've got another little brown chest. Health potion's always handy. As I mentioned before, and if I haven't mentioned it, I'll mention it now. It's always a good idea to make sure to loot everything wherever you can. You'll probably get tired of me mentioning it, but it really is a good idea. There's there may be a lot of games that you're sort of used to playing where you don't need to utilize items after a certain time. Like, wood or stone or whatever. Like, there's a lot of games where you sort of play to a certain point and you don't need to worry about utilizing stone anymore or mining stone. Everything is usable at all times throughout this game. There's a few things in particular that you'll go through a heck of a lot, one of which is scrap metal, definitely. So wherever you can, try and hunt around and find it, absolutely. Alright, so in this immediate vicinity here, can't really find too much else that we need to take a look at. So let's have a look at our map. So yeah, we now have that waypoint has now appeared. If we have a look at our quests, alright, that's a little bit too far away from us. And this is another thing that you would have noticed if you'd gone into your journal, and that's why I mentioned earlier, it's a really good habit to just, you know, stay abreast of what's going on with your journal, because you've constantly got information on missions and all you need to do is just refer to it and you can ping on the map where it is. Once you've taken a look at it and you've worked out where it is via the journal entry here. So you can see down the bottom here, X show on map. So I can get a new building block if I go to there, and you can see where that is in relation to where I am. So let's say I wanted to go to Diadwin there. I just send a ping to give me an exact idea of where it is, and then I can just set it as a waypoint. And as we were discussing earlier, let's say I wanted to go up to there, all I need to do is go to the ancient spire and hit fast travel and travel to there. So as you can see, making your way around the place is a heck of a lot easier now once you've opened this first spire, and it gives you access to a lot of areas that are close by. So we've made our way over here in not too long, and we've already explored one little section and gone through one little mission. Alright, so now that we've cleared all of the little buildings around and gone past and given ourselves a restore point, I think it's time we head on up to the vault where the hunter is. Alright, so very similar to the previous vault, there are puzzles here. So these ones are not too bad, just simple jumping. And at this stage we don't know whether this is going to be a large tower. Doesn't look to be. But there is one of those little marks on the wall just there that we mentioned previously in the other tower. That one right above my head there. So we know that there's a button somewhere that's got to be pressed, which will activate that, and I'm going to guess that it's to open that door there. Alright, so what we need to do is have a bit of a look around here. It seems we can get in here. Ah, look at that, there's a button. Fantastic. Alright, so we've got into one button has been activated. And you'll see over here as well, above the door here, we've got 1 out of 3 has been activated. So it's looking like we're going to have to head over this chasm here. And that's just to indicate to you that you can jump in there without dying. But as I mentioned earlier, get a double jump as soon as you possibly can, because it comes in extremely handy. Alright, so making our way up here. And we'll see whether these are 2 separate stairwells or one that goes to the same place. Looks like it's one that goes to the same place. Oh, There we go. And it looks like we've been given access to the vault straight away. So it doesn't look like it's too complicated. We need to tread carefully though, to make sure that we don't have any enemies in here. And at the moment it does not look like that's the case. So simple as that. Looks like we found the hunter location. Fantastic. And the survivor's been awakened. Alright, Athlinsgree the Hunter. So we now have some new locations that have been added to the map, and also some new crafting items as well. So at this stage we've now got a tick on the Ancient Vault Hunter. And now that we've freed the hunter, all we need to do is check out and try and find our way into the other location that was downstairs. So there is another hook that goes to the upstairs here. So we still have 2 latches that we need to undo. To unlock the secret door. So let's head on upstairs here. Before we go inside there, I think we'll have a bit of a look around the outside, see if there's anything around out here. Not sure where that goes to down there. And we don't have anything further up higher to get to. Alright, so what we do have up here is a silver chest. Ooh, nice little level 3 melee weapon. Could come in handy. So in terms of our backpack, we really don't need that short sword, but the thing that we don't need even more than that is bones. So I think we'll just collect that and work the rest out later. So if we would go back downstairs here. So that's number 2 opened. All we need to do is find the latch for the 3rd. Alright, so now that we've got the 2nd of the buttons pressed and unlocked, all we've got to do now is find the 3rd one, the last one. And this one here is a bit tricky, because what you need to do is, you'll see just up above me there's a cable grab point. So what you need to do is jump and do a little bit of a jump over there to the side. So it's a little bit tricky to get done, but once you get it, you'll find it's quite easy. There is a restore point just outside as well, so it's not too bad in terms of repercussions if you don't make it. And that one is done now, so we now have all 3 of those open, and that's now unlocked this chamber here, which has a single gold chest in it. And you can see that has given us a Shepherd's Lightning range weapon, which is very cool. Now in terms of keeping what we've got here, at this stage this is an epic weapon, so I would be inclined to keep that. You can do whatever you'd like to do. I am not actually going to use the wand, so I'm going to salvage that. And the reason I'm doing that is that I am going to need space, and that's something we're going to address very soon. The fact that we need space, so stay tuned for that. But what we're going to be doing in the interim is, at this stage, we're going to head on back to base, and we're going to do a bit of a run through on what we currently have, what we're going to need, and where we're going to head to from here. So that's going to wrap us up for this time, and we'll catch up with you next episode, and we'll see where we're going to go from there. I'll catch you next time on Glitch Gaming.